Hey Blair, how you doing? Good.
You know the process. We're going to ask you questions, right? We'll trade off.
Okay.
Okay. So, Susan, why don't you start, please?
Okay. Bob, why don't you tell us a bit about yourself and how long you've lived in Sweet Home?
I've been here 22 years. I'm semi-retired. Um, I've been relegated to babysitting lately, taking my grandchildren, tumbling, and other great things. I like to play golf. I have a music collection. And I like our city, our town. Well, it's now a city, I guess. Getting bigger and bigger all the time,
Yes, it is.
especially with all the housing that's going on.
Mhm.
What else?
So, tell us why you'd like to serve on the city's budget committee.
I enjoy going through the financials. As you know, I've been on the council. I've been on the, excuse me. I've been doing this for what, 4 or 5 years now, and I enjoy it. I listen to your council meetings audios sometimes, occasionally. I listen to the planning meetings audio occasionally. I keep informed of what's going on in the city. I just enjoy it. I like to know what's going on in my city, and I like to check balances and checks and balances.
Are you a voting member of the City of Sweet Home and willing to serve a 3-year term?
Oh boy, I might be dead in 3 years. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. What past experience do you have in budgeting and finance?
Well, my degree was for international business with a minor in accounting, so I kind of know the ins and outs of money, where it should go, where it doesn't go, which accounts it goes to, which accounts it can go to, which accounts can't go to.
Do you have any family members who are employed with the City of Sweet Home?
No,
Do you receive any income or revenue from the city of Sweet Home?
no,
Can you commit to the budget schedule?
yes.
Have any questions of us?
No.
No?
Nope. After doing this for a few years, I kind of understand what's going on. So I still have the stack of all the things that have been supplied to me for all the past years of the budget. So, and when I go back over and see the projections, whether the projections are actually working out the way they should and whether they shouldn't.
So you still stay involved, right?
I what?
You still stay involved?
Like I said, I listen to the audio student council occasionally. I even listen to the planning commission occasionally, seeing as how I noticed so many houses going up everywhere lately. So I was interested in finding out what was going on.
Okay. Any further questions, Susan?
No, I just wanted to say I appreciate the fact that you have got a degree in business and accounting and have invested in our community, in your community. So thank you for doing that and using your gifts for us. So thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, appreciate it.
That it?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, I gotta go to tumbling.
Is Kelsey on
Yes.
on there?
Yes.
That's you? Hi, Kelsey.
Hi.
So the process is we'll ask you questions back and forth, and then we'll ask you to, if you have any for us, okay?
Sure.
So we're looking at an appointment to the Library Advisory Board. Is that correct? Yeah. Okay, Susan, you get to start.
Kelsey, since you are new to the community and new to us, you get to tell us a bit more about yourself than what Brianna did.
Well, I moved to Sweet Home almost 2 years ago. I'm a stay-at-home mom, homeschooling mom. I homeschool my 3 kids, a 5th grader, a 2nd grader, and a kindergartner. We recently, at the beginning of the year, were finally able to make it to the library and get myself a library card and the kids library cards and kind of take a look around at what Sweet Home had to offer. We lived in Lebanon prior, and for about 7 years, just across the street from the library, and enjoyed it very much. And just wanted to be a part of Sweet Home and get more involved in the community and more involved in input for ways to further my children's education, but other community members as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. So what role do you feel the library plays in our community?
It is a place for everyone to be able to access and use and further their education, to find out things about hobbies, to be able to use the resources to get information about meetings in the community, tax information, voting information. Sometimes there's places that you can get there, and a place where people without internet can use the computers, use the printers, have that resource available.
I am so sorry to get on thing this morning
We've been apologizing all over the place.
about insurance documents. It's always fun.
Okay, Kelsey, this is another counselor who has a hard time getting out of the sunshine.
That's understandable.
Now that
So-
hurts my feelings.
You get to ask, are you ready to ask a question or not?
Sure.
Okay, so
You-
we're on
you go ahead.
question 3
Okay.
for Kelsey.
On the, yeah.
That one.
Okay. Please tell us why you would like to serve the city's library advisory board.
It just seems like an opportunity to be involved in the community, to be a part of a resource that I'm able to use, my children are able to use, and to keep that going.
Are you willing to serve a 4-year term?
Yes.
So what do you see as the greatest challenge facing the Sweet Home Public Library?
You know, I feel like I'm still pretty new with the Sweet Home Library, and so I think helping the library reach out into the community more. I know that they offered or were a part of some programs at the park this past summer, and just being able to continue helping with that outreach so that the community knows it's an option. You know, the past 2 years with things being closed and having different hours, and knowing how to navigate that to make sure that people know when and how to get to the library and the resources it's offering, just that outreach into the community.
Thank you.
Which one are we on?
Sixth.
What do you see as the greatest opportunity for the Sweet Home Public Library?
Just to allow people to come in, to use their to use them as a resource, for people to go there to get more information and you know, meet the needs of the community. It's a great way to meet the needs of everyone in the community.
Can you commit to the library advisory board meeting schedule?
The second Thursday of every month, is that what I've seen
Yes.
online?
That's correct.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Last question's yours.
Do you have any questions for the city council or staff about the library advisory board?
How many other people are on the library advisory board?
There's 5 right
5.
now? Okay.
Okay.
And so is there normally 7? 6. Okay.
Other than that, I don't have a lot of questions.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your patience.
Yeah, yeah, that's not very good.
All right, I was late too,
Yeah, but you
but
went
not
this
as
late.
late as you.
Yeah.
Kelsey, you don't have to stay through the rest of the meeting if you don't like. You're welcome to. This will be on the council agenda for the council decision at the next meeting on the 22nd.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, so who's next? Brian?
Bob Dalton
Oh,
on the
Dalton.
park committee. Is that
Okay,
you
all
done
right.
the park committee thing?
Nope. Is Bob on? Oh, he is.
I am.
Okay.
You are on.
I am on.
Well, you know this process, so we'll just start asking questions. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay. Do you want to start? We'll go the other way or whatever you want to go. Are you running this thing now? Because you're okay with
No,
me.
no, go ahead. You're the chair.
Okay. All right.
So, Mr. Dalton, we all know you. Tell us something we don't know about you.
That's a trick. That's a trick question.
She altered
Just
it.
tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, we just did some stuff and looked up on you, and so that's why she's asking these questions. So.
Well, you didn't do a criminal background check. You didn't. I don't think you'll find anything there. But no, for myself, of course, I went through cancer surgery in December. Came out on stage, so I guess that's pretty personal of what I went through, and came out successful in that, and no more cancer. So that was a big challenge and hurdle for me to go through personally, but I'm back in the saddle and ready to go. I got a green light. I have 2 beautiful granddaughters, one that just turned 7 that probably thinks she's 10, and the 10-year-old thinks she's 15. And I think, just having them to come to Sweet Home and see the parks, what we've accomplished in the last years is phenomenal, because it was a park that wasn't being used, and they, coming from Portland, that means a lot to them, but it means a lot to us for our daughter being 7th generation here in Sweet Home. We've got our roots planted firmly in Sweet Home. So that's probably some of the most things you may not know about me. Ask the questions, and if you have something you want to know, just ask me. I'm an open book.
Well, thank you for sharing that, and congratulations on kicking cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go to our next 2. What role do you feel the Park and Tree Committee plays in our community?
Well, I think the biggest role is, connecting the families of Sweet Home in the community to the parks. Again, I can't go back and say enough of what's been done in the parks to bring them up to the present state they are, and see the families being in there again. I've lived here my entire life, my wife and I, and we remember what the parks were, and then, what they got to and where they're at today. And it was a complete turnaround. Everybody's efforts to make that happen. So I think the parks, like I said, that's where families go, and that's where families connect. So I think that's probably, from the spiritual standpoint, that's probably one of the most important things for just people's mental wellness, in a family.
Please tell us why you would like to serve on the city's Park and Tree Committee.
We're not finished. We're just not finished. Sankey Park is close, but it's not finished. We have the bridge there that needs some help in nurturing. We've got a dear to heart to me is the event stage that we took down that had been a pillar block for that. I want to see that come back in greater glory than it was. It served a long time in our community, and I think, to me, that was one of the icons. And I want to see, especially the families that have been here for long, have used that. So, I want to see that happen. And I was at Northside Park a couple of weeks ago. No one asked me to do that, but I walked through because I know we want to look at Northside Park. And my wife and I walked through that. We were the only ones down there, but we could see the potential to improve that park, probably with very little monies involved there, so just continue to build on what we've been doing.
It's great. Are you willing to serve a 4-year term?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you see as the greatest challenge facing the Sweet Home Parks and Tree Committee?
Getting it all done. I mean, we've got a lot of parks out there, and everybody has their own wants and desires. I think that's always going to be a challenge to prioritize those projects. I think, again, that stage is an opportunity. It's going to be a challenge. Getting that bridge back to the place where it needs to be is a big challenge. And we've had those discussions with Public Works with Greg. And the other thing is just getting people in Sweet Home to realize our parks are here. One of the things I noticed on my go through Sweet Home was you drive through Sweet Home, but you don't know where these parks are at because we don't have the signage we need along that main corridor saying City Park this direction, Northside Park that way. So to me, that was a big opportunity. We have so many tourists that come through that may not know these parks exist, and they're missing out on that.
So what do you see as the greatest opportunity for the Sweet Home Park and Tree Committee?
I think pretty much of what I've just talked about. Use our parks more, events. I talked to Dick Knowles today, for instance. I pushed him the other day that we've held off a couple of years of having our health fair here in Sweet Home. And we were like, okay, where do we have it? And I said to Dick, I said, what's wrong with Sankey Park? We've made it a premier park. It could be outdoors. We don't have to worry so much about the COVID issues and some of that. So he kind of liked that idea. So I think, that's, again, one of our opportunities to utilize our parks for events and that.
Thank you.
Can you continue to commit to the Park and Tree Committee meeting schedule?
Yes.
You're on.
Yeah, I know. How did you come up with that health fair idea
Yes.
in the park? Whoa, that's
Yeah.
kind of amazing to me.
I'm out of the box thinker.
Oh, I'm glad you're such a good guy. Do you have any questions of us?
I don't. I mean, I just appreciate the opportunity to serve and work with the people I do get to work with on the Parks Board. Public Works, accolades to that group. I've never seen a group so fine-tuned to doing what they've helped us through those parks. They're a big piece of that. The other piece for me is also I kind of in the background a little bit for the beautification group is getting them tied in a little bit more, maybe into our parks and involved there. I know we focus on that downtown corridor, but they're such a great group to work with. But overall, it's just the people I work with. We've got a good group of people working there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They've done a really, really good job. So thanks, Bob.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's Wally next. Is that true? Or we're going to go with Brianna?
We did Brianna before you got there.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't wait for
I
you.
didn't get the vote there, but that's fine. So we have Wally left.
He's up there.
Uh,
He's right there.
okay. Okay, Wally, we're going to talk to you in a minute here when I get this done.
No worries. I'm used to waiting on you.
Yeah, I know. I know. I know.
Oh, that wasn't fair.
That would be, Wally, that would be a no. There's only two possible here, a yes and a no. And I will push some people here if you keep it up. Okay, we're gonna start. You want to start again?
Wally, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I've been retired for 5 years. I still have 2 kids in the school system here in Sweet Home area. Kind of utilize the parks a lot with my boys. So I'm very familiar with all of the parks. We spend all of our days outdoors. So, and I've been on the Park and Tree Committee, I guess, for 4 years. and I was on it for almost 5 months before I became the chairman. So I spent 20 years in the Army and 17 years out at ATI in Albany.
Well, thank you, and thank you for your service.
Sure.
What role do you feel the Park and Tree Committee plays in the community?
The Park and Tree Committee is definitely the sounding board for the community. It's our link to all the people of what they would like to see happen. And I think with our group is such a diverse group that we have right now, we get a pretty good feeling for what everyone is looking for in all aspects of the town.
Please tell us why you would like to serve on the city's Park and Tree Committee.
You know, when I started, it was a challenge to get stuff accomplished and get things moving. And I've seen it dramatically pick up. And there are parts of it that we still need to keep moving. I have my heart set on what's going on in Upper Sankey with our communication of reworking the BMX track and adding possibly a pump track up there for the kids. I'm very interested in where the skate park will go. The additional work in Northside Park, that's where my youngest son and I have played tennis at for years. That definitely is more work to do. And I would like to see, I don't know, we'll get there in 4 years, but I would like to see what's going to happen down at the quarry area. We've talked about turning that into a park, and I'm kind of excited for that. There's a lot of opportunity there.
Are you willing to serve a 4-year term?
I am.
Okay, what do you see as the greatest challenge facing the Sweet Home Parks and Tree Committee?
Well, at one point in time, I would have said that it was the budget that held us back. And I think that we currently and if we had an unlimited budget, of course, we could hire outside contractors to do a lot of the work that we have our public works to do. But it's probably just the budget that holds us back from doing even more than we could for the city at this point in time. The other big challenge that I see is getting the community more involved with what they would like. I hear a lot of after the fact opinions, and when we're out there doing the research and sitting in the parks with tables, you know, after publicizing it, wanting people to come and give me your viewpoint, we don't get enough of that. And I get more of it just from talking to people and then just randomly asking them questions. So both of those, you know, 6 times our budget would be great. And Dave said he's all over that.
I am. It's we're not the problem. It's Brandon.
I know.
Moving on. So what do you see as the greatest opportunity for the Sweet Home Parks and Tree Committee?
In my mind, I don't have any question that for the community, what we bring to them right now, we have a good team group on there, and that area, what could be developed down at the Morse Brothers pit area into a park could be amazing for the community. I've already seen the response. I go into Sankey Park probably 3-4 times a week and talk to people that are there, and I see how happy they are with the improvements. It's just nonstop, and I believe I already see the future for the Upper Sankey and North Side. So as far as the committee, I will say that I do believe that the thing that's going extremely well for it again is the teamwork and the ability to work with the city staff and the public works team. That has been amazing.
Thank you.
Can you continue to commit to the Park and Tree Committee meeting schedule?
Yes, I can.
I hate to ask, but do you have any questions for us?
I'll
Just say
leave
none, we're good. Wally and I really like it. He's doing a heck of a good job, and we go back and forth all the time, and that's kind of a funny thing for us, and I really appreciate your time. But do you have any questions for us? That's the question.
Yeah. No, I don't. No, I don't really. Thank you.
All right, all right. And you're absolutely right. The Public Works people have done an excellent job, and we have a good group in the board, and I really appreciate that too. I want to go back for a couple of years when you guys went up and begged for money. And that was an amazing thing that happened, and you guys did a really good job. You and Angela and Greg, when we got a grant from them, which was a pretty substantial amount of money, and that's part of the reason where we're at right now, along with the money that we got from the citizens in town. That was remarkable. Anyway, thanks for coming. Catch you later.
Sure. All
We'll
right.
let you know probably at the next council meeting whether you're yay or nay.
All right.
No problem.
I'll-
Okay, thanks, thanks, Wally. Yeah.
And I'll
Thank
see you
you.
next Wednesday morning.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
Yeah, about 8:40. The meeting starts at 8:30. So
What time is it? At
8:30.
night? I'm not coming down here at 8:30 at night. Are we done? We'll close this thing. Thank you.
All right, bye.